Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at Ancient Warriors Dogmatika. This deck is super cool. Ancient Warriors are very consistently able to put up at least one interruption, and along with the Dogmatika engine and Ancient Warriors being able to just OTK like a breeze, this deck can definitely function super well. So let's get started, shall we? First off, for Ancient Warrior engine, we run the one Valiant Sangde. What this does, if you control 2 or more Ancient Warriors, you can summon it, and it gains 300 attack for each monster your opponent controls, which is once again a more blind second based effect, and it also gives it gives itself the effect to make 2 attacks per turn if your opponent controls more monsters than you do. It only really comes up in the more grindier game if you're trying to OTK, and it's only more of a situational search off this card, Masterful Sun Mu, which is able to search any Ancient Warrior. So it's a really meh card, so it's only a one-off. 2 Loyal Guan Yun, this is a really good card. Even though it is only a blind second card, if they somehow break your board, this is a really good card to just convert into. What it does is if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it from your hand, and your opponent cannot target Ancient Warrior monsters you control with card effects. Which is super strong, gives your cards some good protection, and that protection can definitely come up against certain matchups, so that's really good. And what it does, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you destroy a monster on the field for free, which is really strong. And you have lots of ways to access it straight from the deck through cards like 3 visits or your Changban. You have a good way to just get free pops, and that's why we run that too. The one copy of Fearsome Zhang Yuan. This isn't a card that you necessarily want to hard draw too much. It's similar. It's kind of like Zhangde, where it's a situational search, where when your opponent battles an opponent's monster at the start of battle step, you can just summon it from your hand, and then your opponent's monster loses 1k. So it helps in terms of being able to OTK. On top of that, it also has another pretty decent effect where if a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle, you just destroy another card your opponent controls. So this deck can definitely do some really crazy stuff. On top of that, all your Ancient Warriors have effects when another Ancient Warrior activates their effects. I believe the level 4 lower monsters have that. So you run the one Zhang Yuan for sure. Triple Sun Mu, this is definitely the best card in the deck. What it does, while you control another Ancient Warrior, your opponent cannot target it for attacks. So it has an 1800 body, so it's that effect doesn't really matter too much, but its effects are: you can send 1 card from your hand or field to graveyard, search any Ancient Warrior monster. So the cards you generally want to search in the grind game, they're going to be Zhang Yuan, Zhang Dei, or if you're going first, you want to search Zhu Kong, and Zhu Kong is just able to summon itself for free. Sometimes even the Liu Xian, if you are if you just want to summon it from your hand and just profit from there. So having the Sun Mu is definitely super great. On top of that, it has another really good effect. When your other Ancient Warrior monster effect is activated, you just bounce a card your opponent controls for free, which is absolutely insane. So if you have the it's the OCG name, Double Dragon Lords on the field, which is their Link monster, and you're able to, it has a quick effect. You're able to just bounce 2 cards your opponent controls for free, because it's able to bounce a card your opponent controls when another Ancient Warrior effect is activated, which is super strong. We run the one Zhu Gong. It's similar to Sun Mu, except it has to specifically send a continuous spell or trap, and it can only search Ancient Warrior Ancient Warrior continuous spells or traps, which is pretty. I'd call it pretty situational. And its effect is when another Ancient Warrior is activated, similar to Sun Mu, it can, instead of bouncing a card, is able to negate the effects of an effect monster your opponent controls till the end of the turn. So if they have like a 5300 access code, well, first off, this deck doesn't even struggle against a 5300 access code. But what it's able to do is just able to negate any like high attack monsters your opponent controls. If they have any like more only spell or trap negates, then you can come up to. Zhu Gong is just really good to have. Although it is just really a one-off, since it is a worse version of Sun Mu. and I would rather have a Sun Mu rather than Zukong. And next we run to Liu Xian. Since this is usually in most Ancient Warrior builds, this is 3-off, since it is able to summon any Ancient Warrior monster from your deck. But since this is a more blind first space build, its effect to summon from deck doesn't come up that often, but it does have another really good effect to whenever an Ancient Warrior monster declares an attack, you can just draw a card for free. So being able to get that hand advantage is super strong, especially with the Dogmatika engine, as they make card advantage so much more useful. Next we run the 2 copies of Zukong. Even though you generally just want it in your deck, we run 2 of it because having 2 of them does come up in the grind game. It has a couple of effects. If it's added from your deck to your hand, you can summon it, which is an activated effect, so you can activate the effects of either Sun Mu or Zukong. And he has a few negation effects where you can send one face of Ancient Warrior spell trap you control to the graveyard in order to negate the activation of another spell trap your opponent activates. And it has the effect to, if you control the Liu Xian, which is this one over here, you can negate a monster effect too. So it's kind of situational, to be honest. It's pretty meh, and well, its best effect is just to summon itself from that hand for free, which gets you extra extenders for the Shuang Long, which is super strong. Triple Ancient Warrior Saga 3 visits. This card is broken. It's able to search any Ancient Warrior monster from your deck as soon as you summon one, and that's super broken. On top of that, it's able to, if it's sent from the spell trap zone to graveyard, you can just summon any Ancient Warrior from your hand too, which is even more broken, since you are able to summon cards like Guan Yun or Zhang Yuan for free. Although you don't want to really summon it from your hand, to be honest. You're usually just going to summon it with its own effect. But your best one is definitely Guan Yun or even a Liu Xian if you want to just generate that extra advantage. 2 Southeast Wind. This card, it's an interesting card. Sent to the graveyard, it makes all of your Ancient Warrior effects spell speed 4, so your opponent cannot react to them with any negation they might have. And it also makes all your Ancient Warrior effects gain the effect to pop a card as soon as they declare an attack, which is super good. You just demolish their entire board in an instant with that effect, which is why we run it at 2. The 1 copy of Changban. It's a trap, and its only good effect is in the graveyard, so you just want to send it to the graveyard with your double dragon lords, and it doesn't really, there's no real reason to run it at any more than 1, to be honest. In the graveyard, when your opponent declares an attack, which by the way just makes it even slower, you can just banish it, summon another Ancient Warrior from your deck. So you can summon a Guan Yun if you want, just to generate more advantage, or you can summon a Liu Xian depending on what you need. But it's a really meh card. Its only good effect is a bit slow, so we run it at 1. Triple Tanky or Ancient Warriors are all Beast Warriors, so you want to have Tanky. And that's it for our Ancient Warrior package. Next for Dogmatika, 2 Fleur-de-Lis, Triple Ecclesia, Triple Endear, 2 Punishment. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Fleur-de-Lis is a monster negate. Ecclesia is a just searches for release or punishment. Nadir is able to send a cards like Natis, which is able to pop card, Omega, which is able to shuffle cards, or Titanic Cloud, which just searches even more Dogmatikas in order to search an Ecclesia, and Ecclesia is also able to just search anything, as I said. Punishment is able to be a double pop, so you're able to send a Natis and destroy 2 cards your opponent controls, which is absolutely broken. And I guess that's it for Dogmatika engine, I guess. For more generic cards, Triple Ash Blossom, this definitely can come up in the current meta. In Perm, it's seeing less play, might as well take it out. To be honest, I actually like Skullmeister more nowadays, although Ghost Spell is also a really good card to have just in this current format, since it is starting to see a lot more play. So you might run in Ghost Spell, or it's just anything you want, these 3 cards. I'm liking Cosmic Cyclone in the main, since it is able to deal with a lot of problem decks this format, like Eldritch, Virtual World, Zodiac with their back row. It's a more control-oriented format, so Cosmic Cyclone can definitely come up if you run it in the main. Ash Blossom, also a really good card, just stopping a lot of effects. And Ghost Spell Haunted Mansion, it stops cards that can send. It can send cards from your graveyard to the hand. Also, it just stops a lot of effects. Say if they're running a virtual world, it stops Lao Lao. Against Zodiac, it can stop Chakanine to stop the recursion of Dryden. Against, say, Drytron, it stops all of their effects. Against Eldritch, it's able to stop Eldritch's effect. It just has a lot of utility in this current meta, so Ghost Bell is 3 up. Cosmic Cyclone is a more control format, so I like it. Next for extra deck, we run the one Mechaba. Like if you're up against a Dogmatika mirror match, having the Mechaba plus Nova can definitely come up a lot. Titaniclad is another super strong card, just being able to search any of your extra Dogmatika, sorry. For some reason I just couldn't get the word there. But being able to search any Dogmatika is really strong. Usually you're either going to be searching a Fluid Release or special summoning from your deck an Ecclesia. As I said, Fluid Release is free negate and Ecclesia just searches Fluid Release, so you always have access to it. 2 Natis, 2 definitely can come up with your Dogmatika punishment. Natis is just able to pop cards your opponent controls for free, which is really broken. Omega is able to recycle cards like Natis into the extra deck, so that can definitely come up. Cyber Dragon Nova against another Dogmatika player, you can just summon Mechaba for free. Access code is really good in just being able to end games out of nowhere, especially although usually you don't even need it since your Ancient Warrior is so good at OTKing. Blacklisted Soldier of Chaos, you have easy access to the card with Fluid Release and these 3 cards, but not a lot of, it's really difficult for a lot of decks to just out it. I don't think Virtual World can out this card. I am pretty sure that no, there's no way Eldritch can out it if you use this effect to gain 1500. Zodiac, well, they can use Zeus, but Soldier of Chaos still is a really difficult card to come by. I don't think, yeah, Fluid Release can negate its effects, but it's still a really difficult card to take care of, and the Soldier of Chaos is a really strong card. Phoenix and Unicorn, some more super really good spot removal cards if you ever need them. Darumadal, it's for your Ancient Warriors and is able to just pop free cards. It also has extra synergy with the Ancient Warriors since it's able to pop your back row and pop their back row too, unlike Phoenix, so it's able to pop your own back row, so that's really good. And finally, double Dragon Lords. You can sometimes just run through all 3 of them in the grind game, which is insane, but he's a super good card since it gives all your Ancient Warriors 500 attack, which helps you OTK even better. On top of that, on summons, they will search any Ancient Warrior card, so you're able to search cards like your Southeast Winds or your Changban, which you'll use for its last effect, where it can send a card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard in order to bounce a card. So if you're sending a Changban, when your opponent declares an attack, you can just do some more crazy stuff. So that is kind of deck profile. I'll just showcase a quick little glimpse of what this deck is able to do. So here we are with my kind of combo showcase. I know this looks like the perfect hand, but it does what you need it to do. So starting off, we'll activate 3 visits. Doesn't necessarily have to be 3 visits anyway to get to. It can be Sunmu alone too, but 3 visits just helps you a lot more. It does end on more interruptions, so I'll show that. Anyway, to get Shuanglong is an extra interruption and follow-up OTK, so that's really good. Sunmu plus 3 visits is an FDK by itself, so that's really stupid. We'll activate 3 visits and we'll be searching the Zukong. Zukong, once added to your hand, you can special summon it, and that's an activate effect. So if your opponent controls a monster, you can change Sunmu in order to bounce a card they control. I'll activate Sunmu in order to send the 3 visits to graveyard in order to search another Ancient Warrior. You usually just want to search anything you want depending on the situation. I like having Liu Xian in rotation just because having those extra cards can help. We'll be summoning out the Liu Xian from here. We'll link 2 monsters into Shuanglong. Remember to keep Sunmu on the field. He's very important to have. And then our Double Dragon Lords will trigger searching the Changban. I like to search Changban mainly because its effective summon from deck can come up. Now we'll go ahead and activate Disciple of the Nadir, sending our Titaniclad searching Ecclesia. Now we will special summon Ecclesia from our hand. and this will activate its effect in order to search a Dogmatika punishment. We will set punishment. No need to set Changban since our double Dragon Lords can just send it to graveyard from our hand, so that's good. And now we will activate Titanic, searching for release. So we started off with 3 cards, and now we have gone +3. On top of that, let's just count the amount of interruptions we have. Double Dragon Lords is 1 interruption. Sunmu is another interruption. Since it is able to bounce another card. Third Release is 1 interruption, and Dogmatika punishment does even more, so 5 interruptions. And your opponent will probably have 6 cards in their hand, so 5 interruptions, 6 cards. They can't really do anything there, can they? So say like they've top decked this Loyal Guan Yun, which can definitely become problematic. So if they just summon it over here, and then we can activate for release, negate its effects, so that our opponents just get popped. Usually you just want to chain it to the Guan Yun. You don't really necessarily want to do that. So now say they activate 3 visits. They probably should have just activated 3 visits earlier, to be honest. And then they normal summon Sunmu. Say they do that. They activate the effect of 3 visits, and we will chain our Dragon Lords. This will bounce back not only the 3 visits but also the Sunmu in order and it'll also bounce back their Sunmu to stop them from just generating any extra advantage. Now they still have Nadir Servant, another broken card, so they can just send it. Our last interruption is say Dogmatika punishment. They can just send Natis, and they can say search Ecclesia. They can go ahead, activate Natis, pop whatever they want. Generally popping the double dragon. They don't want to pop double Dragon Lords since it will be important for them to summon Ecclesia. So popping the Natis, the punishment, will definitely be their best play. But now here I'll just show a cool play. You target Guan Yun, you send a Natis, and you pop it, and then you use Natis to pop your own double Dragon Lord, so they don't have an extra deck monster to summon Ecclesia. So just like that, you just stop their entire turn, and you have follow-up Sunmu. Sunmu is just able to search even more cards, cards that are good to search. Actually, I'll just go ahead and end my turn here. So a good card, you'll activate Sunmu, just send Ecclesia, and you'll be searching a copy of... I just like having a... if your opponent had a monster, you'd want to search a Zhang Yuan, but since they don't, we can't really do that. But depending on the situation, you'll draw something else. So if you want, you can just search Liu Xian. We will normal summon it, and then it won't be an OTK, but we will be able to generate a good bit of advantage. We'll trigger Liu Xian, just drawing an extra card. We will attack some more. We will go ahead, attack with our Fruit Release, dealing 3k. As I said, this is obviously not going to be that magnificent. I would have activated Tenki, but I want to show you what the raw power is, and not the raw power, but what this deck can like do raw, and you know, close to OTK, and you can still just do some really funky things, you know, with Tenki, searching some more like broken cards. Say you there are actually just lots of cards you could have searched. If you wanted, you could have searched the Zhangde with the Sunmu, and then search another card with Tenki, and that would have been an instant OTK. This deck can just OTK for free. I'm not that good at it, so I probably just misplayed over there, but you know, it's just a quick gauge of what the deck can do, and it can definitely put up like an insane amount of interruptions, and your opponent can't really do much from there. So that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as it really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.